Welcome my YouTube channel Crime Lurker, where every crime has a dark past. Every whisper hides a terrifying truth. And the shadows never lie. These are the stories they tried to bury. But tonight, we bring them to life. There's a place deep in the woods of West Virginia, shrouded in fog and forgotten memories. Locals call it Hawthorne Asylum, a psychiatric hospital abandoned since the late 1970s. What happened inside those walls is not entirely clear, but the town whispers stories of unethical experiments, tortured souls, and an evil presence that never left. In 2018, a small group of urban explorers, 3 friends, Emma, Jake, and Chris, decided to venture inside Hawthorne Asylum after hearing about its dark past on a paranormal podcast. They were skeptical but curious, driven by the adrenaline of exploring the unknown. Armed with flashlights and a single camera, they entered through a broken side door one late October night, when the fog was thick and the moon was hidden behind dark clouds. The building welcomed them with silence, except for the distant creaks and groans of collapsing ceilings. The walls were covered in faded patient files, rusted wheelchairs, and broken restraints. As they wandered deeper, they found the medical records of children who had disappeared without explanation. Emma's hands trembled as she read the files. Subject 42, last seen 1975, unaccounted for. There were dozens of similar entries. Suddenly, they heard footsteps above them. Slow, dragging footsteps that shouldn't exist in an empty building. The group froze. Maybe another explorer? Jake whispered, but there were no other cars outside. They decided to investigate, climbing a decaying staircase to the second floor. There, in a long hallway lined with empty patient rooms, they saw something no one could explain. A shadowy figure, tall and hunched, slowly walked across the hallway and disappeared into a room at the end. They followed carefully, their camera shaking. But when they entered the room, it was completely empty, except for a single straitjacket, hanging from the ceiling, swinging as if just released. Chris wanted to leave, but Emma insisted on going to the underground treatment rooms, where the worst of the experiments allegedly happened. In the basement, the air was suffocatingly cold. Their breaths turned to mist. That's when they heard the voices. Whispers. Some were calling their names. Emma, Jake, Chris, in slow, drawn-out voices. The group panicked. Emma screamed, "Who's there?" But only their echo answered. They turned to leave, but the basement door slammed shut on its own. Their flashlights flickered, and the camera battery drained instantly, even though it was fully charged. In the darkness, Emma felt something grab her arm. Ice cold, thin fingers that left a burning sensation behind. They screamed and slammed against the door until it finally gave way, spilling them out into the night air. After escaping, the group was never the same. Emma developed insomnia and night terrors, claiming to see the figure from the asylum in her dreams. Chris refused to talk about that night and eventually moved away, cutting ties with everyone. Jake, the one who uploaded the footage, took down the video after receiving dozens of anonymous messages saying, "You shouldn't have gone in there. Now it's following you." To this day, no one has officially documented what happens inside Hawthorne Asylum. Paranormal investigators who tried to film there reported that their equipment stopped working the moment they crossed the threshold. Some never returned. But the asylum still stands, rotting and empty, or maybe not empty at all. And if you ever find yourself near those woods on a foggy night, listen carefully. You might hear the faint whispers of names long forgotten. And if you hear your own name spoken in the dark, it's already too late.